All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for coming out for tonight's Committee of the Whole meeting. A brief announcement. We're going to go to a quick executive session prior, yeah, we don't, okay, and then tell them. All right, Madam Clerk, this meeting is now called to order. Roll call, please. Oh, it's loud. Yes.
Trustee Wu.
Present.
Trustee Williams. Trustee Jenkins Bell.
Present.
Trustee Fulcher.
Present.
Trustee Thompson.
Present.
Trustee Brooks. Mayor Rudez.
I'm here, Madam Clerk. Let's please stand for our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. So now is our Yes, ma'am. Okay. I need a motion to go into a brief executive session, please. Yeah.
Mayor, I motion to go into executive session for the purpose of
Pending.
pending litigation.
Is there a second? Second by Jenkins Bell. Roll call, please, Madam Clerk.
Trustee Lewis.
Vote aye.
Trustee Williams.
Vote aye.
Trustee Jenkins Bell.
Vote aye.
Trustee Fulcher.
Vote aye.
Trustee Thompson.
Aye.
Trustee Brooks is absent. Mayor Rudez.
Votes aye, Madam Clerk. So for the residents, we're going to step out next door to the conference room. You guys can sit here. This shouldn't be a handful of minutes, and we'll be right back to continue our meeting. It was 7:10 p.m.
What is the purpose of the executive? Personnel matter. Say what? Personnel Miss Teresa here.
All right, this meeting is, all right, just a minute. I'm sorry, Madam Clerk. Yeah.
Rudez, private Rudez, how come you did the video? I started to come up here and knock you out. Why you got the flags in the wrong spot? Switch them on your video.
Not me. I'm waiting on the clerk. Okay, I need a motion to reconvene our regular meeting of the COW, please.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Roll call, please, Madam Clerk.
Thompson, Lewis and Thompson. Votes aye. Votes aye.
What we voting on?
Trustee Jenkins Bell. Trustee Falter.
Both sides.
Trustee Thompson.
Votes aye.
Trustee Brooks.
Both sides.
Mayor Rudis.
Votes aye, Madam Clerk. Also, this is the general public comment suggestion for any items pertaining to the agenda. If not, we'll circle back in a few minutes after we run through this very light agenda. I have none. Item 51A, recognition and appreciation of University Park Police Department personnel for exceptional service and professionalism, presented to Officer Sockwell, Officer Smith, Gerbert, Sergeant Glowinky, and Chief Starks. Is there a motion for this recognition?
So moved.
This is not.
It's not something, I want to
Oh, we
make it
just want to
official.
do
No,
it.
We want to do it, all right.
Okay, recognition.
All right. I just want to make it official because those guys did outstanding work. So,
Outstanding.
Manager Scott, I'll let you speak to this. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. These certificate of appreciations, I feel, are extremely overdue. One, because of all the hard work that these guys do based on the numbers that they have. On this particular day, I received a call that 2 subjects were attempting to steal metal from behind the maintenance shack at the golf course, which has been an ongoing problem. We got the call 2 minutes later. Myself, Administrative Sergeant Glowinky, and Officer Gerbert arrived on scene. 2 minutes later, we had Officer Sockwell and Officer Smith. So within 4 minutes, we had 5 people on scene. And we caught them in the act. They had a John Deere riding lawnmower on top of their trailer that they were going to go try to scrap for cash. And we were going to ride in and ride off. Subsequently, they were arrested, of course, for the theft. We talked with the Will County State's Attorney's Office. We obtained working video. Both guys end up having multiple warrants in multiple counties for burglary. One guy had possession of methamphetamines on his person, and felony theft charges were approved. And it is my understanding that they've actually done this before, but they didn't get caught, but they got caught this time. And I'm just very appreciative of these guys. You know, a good example, Officer Smith, he was finishing up on a call, and he came from across town, and he made it within 2 minutes.
Wow.
So, you know, it's our goal to let people know that if you're doing crime in town, we're going to do everything in our power to catch you. But not only catch you, we're going to try and prosecute you to the fullest extent of the law. We're going to talk to the state's attorney. We're going to do whatever we have to do. We're going to get video if we have to. We're going to get statements if we have to, because we don't want people to think of University Park as saying, I can come here and I can do my crime. No, you're going to come here and you're going to get caught.
You're going to pay, huh?
You're going to pay.
Chief, can I ask you a question?
Absolutely, sir.
Because see, it's good when you got humility and people are humble in the room, but how did you even find out about the crime? Let's be open and honest about that.
I received a call from Village Manager Scott. She called me at 9:11 saying they are stealing the equipment from the back of the shed. 2 minutes later, 3 of us were already there. Myself,
Is that who blocked off the people?
she blocked them. She pulled up and blocked them. She pulled up and she blocked them. When she called myself, I told Scott, we ran out the station. I got on the radio and told everybody, and in came the cavalry. When we got there, she was safely on the other side of her vehicle. She had her vehicle blocked so they couldn't get in, because with the trailer, they would have had to pull all the way through. They had a Ford Fiesta with a very large trailer on the back of it.
Really?
Yes, but it was full of tools, so this is something they've done, you can tell, repeatedly. You know, and so by talking to them and interviewing them, we found out that all the statements they were saying were false, and we took it from there.
Oh, man.
So it was a group effort from everyone, from the village manager down.
So I want to just say, give you my congratulations as well, but also we want to need to acknowledge our city manager because she takes a lot of scrutiny, and I believe in giving accolades when they're due because even though we don't encourage that to jump out, because she ain't the police, she ain't 5-0.
Yes.
But to sit out there and them dope fiends like that with meth heroin and warrants on them like that, that takes a lot of courage and heart and passion in what they're doing. So I appreciate you guys working as a team. Thank you, Manager
Yes,
Scott.
absolutely.
You got to step down on this. You got to stand down on that, sister. You got to stand down. And she took pictures.
We have pictures, we have video. The Park District had a video of them pulling in with an empty trailer. We got pictures of them having the actual equipment on top of the trailer, and that's how we got the felony charges approved from the state's attorney's office.
So, Mayor, may I be recognized? Yeah, so when I did see this on the agenda, I did say that it was something that is definitely worth giving those awards to, but I want to add to the story. It was, maybe it was, can you hear me? Okay, just turn it up, there we go. I just want to lead up to officers and what they have been doing lately. I want to say the last board meeting, went home and about 2 a.m., I don't know what was going on, but it was 5 cars, SUVs. They were racing down my street and they were doing like, there was no 60, 70, they were doing literally like 90. And then I heard a loud crash. I got on the phone with Layaway. I did call the non-emergency number, but what was to my surprise was hung up the phone, didn't think nothing about it. I literally looked at the clock, it was under 2 minutes, 3 units flooded the area with their alley lights on. So what I did is that I wrote an email immediately to Manager Scott and the chief to say that I don't know what patrol methods you have now, because I've been preaching it, but it's working. To move fast forward to that day that these officers would be receiving these awards for, I can't even remember what I needed to talk to Ms. Scott about, but I know as I picked up the phone, called, based listening to her voice, I can tell she was in the middle of something. And, you know, based by the tone, and she says, "This is crazy. You stay right there." And she says, "Trustee, they're stealing the equipment in front of me." So she stayed on the phone. So I did hear dispatch, I did hear chief, I did hear your people were coming. So she did keep me on the phone until the cavalry came. And which, of course, time, whatever we had talked about, I departed because that was more important. But later that day, I had came up to deal with my fob and some other things, and I seen the video. It was the video that made me say that, oh my God, she did not have to do it. I've worked the streets long enough. Chief is correct. These guys are not, they are your, like Mayor, like you said, meth. They were strong. You can tell they used something. But they were not confrontational. I think they knew they were caught. But what was, I think part of it is that, you know, she has a vehicle, our city vehicle, does look like a police unit. She was professional, she did stay there, they didn't do anything. I was a little worried about the guy with the sunglasses and beard, I'm not gonna lie. Didn't like him. But it was just glad that under 2 minutes, the rest of the units was there. So I just had to add to that, that I don't know what's going on, Chief, how you using the patrol methods, but the response time has improved, and I did put it in an email that versus the last time I called the police for auto theft in progress in front of my house that took 10 minutes and they drove off slow, versus 2 incidents that done happened twice in 2 weeks that I got a chance to witness myself. To me, that's change. That's change. And even on Sunday, the chief, you don't know this, but I just so happened to be outside, Karen, well, Mayor, you seen, I was out there with the flowers. She got me with these flowers until everything right. Miss Millie, she got me out there with the flowers, and I'm trying to get this right. And units were flying up and down the street, 4 of them. It's all on next door. I just seen it. Someone sent it to me. There's a gentleman that's walking around, and just so happened, I didn't know what they were looking for. He had walked right past me, disappeared up around the farm. But those officers was there just like that. It was all because someone sent Chief Stark a video, and I think the time span, maybe from the time I seen him walking past my house, he was looking or rattling someone's door. But those officers are responding just like I've been preaching, and I think I made it for the record, my 3 turns up here. So Chief, I'm gonna yield by saying, of those 3 stories, we the same generation of cops. I'm glad, whatever you're doing, they're responding like we did it back in the day. And that, ladies and gentlemen, I believe every officer, and I'm assuming, Mayor, it's on the agenda, but this will be on the regular meeting, and I think we all do it right and have them have their families here, because what I did witness, politics all aside, I wouldn't even I see my wife just walked in, I would not wanted her to do what Miss Scott did. She literally stopped them in their tracks, and I seen it on video.
Not just alone, did she go wrestle?
Yeah.
Gina, she wrestled pit bulls, like
Yeah.
I wrestle lions.
So I yield my time by saying, good job, Chief. Ms. Scott, she showed me the video. I was in HR when I seen it. I will say this, Will County, James Glasgow, you can do better than to force someone who literally made an arrest, force us to go show a video of a trailer coming in empty before you give felony approval. I thought that was ridiculous, man. I'm gonna be honest. It's time to have if our officers gonna be making that type of arrest, and people are gonna be, they need to do better than that. Because lately, maybe it's after 7 years, his ASAs are getting sloppy, but I'm gonna be very critical of what I seen on that video. It was obvious all that belonged to us. Why would you say in order for felony approval, and Chief, they give us felony approval in Cook County like it's nothing, and prosecute, all we need is the probable cause. So I just wanted the trustees to be aware of, I was at Village Hall when they were going through felony approval. And you don't deny felony approval when someone has it on video of our equipment on and she's stopping them. You know what I mean? So, okay, just wanted to
I'm with you.
bring that up.
For the meeting and get a recognition to the manager and the officers that deserve that.
There you go. I yield my time.
We're gonna go to item 5B. So, item 5B is a discussion of an ordinance increasing the compensation of elected officials. So I had to bring it up because everybody works hard. Elected officials should be compensated. Well, people say, well, everybody talking about taxpayers' dollars. Well, there is a mechanism that should be put in place regarding that. People want to stray away from this, but the law says, first of all, you cannot give yourself an increase while you're in public office. So anything that's it's agreed on or not agreed on, it won't happen until the next term, people would step into it. For those who don't know the history, the history was in 2015, Griffin, was you on the board? Which I think Trustee Griffin was on the board, where the board voted for an increase to bring everybody up to standards, right? Trustees was really grinding. They was doing what they're supposed to do. At that time, the previous mayor said no to the raise. That's when you and Trustee McMullen came in, Brooks. And it was a big discussion. But she was the ones that received the raise, and anyway, the increase went up. There was probably about $8,000 to $9,000. I think $12,000 taken away from you, wasn't it, Madam Clerk? It's from the Madam Clerk's salary, and the trustees have been reduced really down. I think that's horrible, because it doesn't matter what you say. It's time to have a different mindset when it comes to government. The people in our community don't want to hear this crap. Well, I'm only part-time, because they live here 24/7, 365. They deserve full-time representation. They deserve to be represented. We have been cheating them and misleading them down the line for the longest. So I'm not asking for a whole lot. It's just open for discussion. But if you don't put it on prior to 180 days to the election, it's going to fail. Check your references. You know what I mean? You feel me? So it's open for discussion. And my mechanism to it won't hit the general fund to make it pay for is we could all get paid up from the head tax. It's simple. It's there. It don't touch the taxpayers' dollars. And head taxes increases and increases. Not that the salaries do, but I think as much as I put in my time and y'all can say what you want to, everybody has their opinion. I put in just a little over an average 50 hours a week, because I bleed in heartbeat. My heartbeat is going to meetings, representing the village of University Park with the South Suburban Mayors and Management, sitting on the environmental committee, running in this organization, doing this. University Park is actually doing things. And you look around at the salaries, I ain't asking for no ridiculous money, and I ain't asking for y'all. I think that the trustees should be between $20,000 and $25,000. I think that's fair. I think that the trustees should have the opportunity to opt in to IMRF and have an opportunity to have a doggone pension. I don't think that we should keep playing politics if we don't want to do what's right. Do what's right by the doggone people. I don't see, so I want to have it for discussion. And they was like, man, I don't want to do this. It's not the wrong time. I got an election in 27. It don't make no difference, because God will gonna be done as far as what I say for me. But in the meantime, I think that everybody here would have a different aspect. Some still work full-time jobs and everything else. But for those who are retired and have the ability to work here, put it in full-time, I think they should be compensated. And I think there's a misnomer in our community that we already make a lot of money. And the clerk laughing because she knows it's true. She think we're killing their butt, but we're not. And it's public information. The trustees make $1,000, and they take home about $700. That's stupid. They represent this community, and whether you agree or don't agree all the time, they deserve to be compensated. Everybody does. The mayor, I sit here 24/7, 365. I'll go with the city manager, we go together, we go to meetings. This morning, I'm at one of the most strongest meetings in the region. I represent us in the airport. I represent us in Springfield. I represent us in Washington. We're making headways in the village of University Park. So not to have this discussion is unfair to you guys, because it's not about who's doing this. It's about performing the duties of the office and constituent services. It's not about us running programs. It's about none of that. It's about infrastructure. It's about new housing opportunities. It's about public safety. It's about our park district increasing those opportunities, because we're sitting dormant. But if y'all don't know, we under attack. They want University Park. University Park then got so valuable right now. You talk about gentrification, you talk about a third airport, you talk about all the opportunities, you talking about this relationship we got with Governor State now. We ain't never had that. Never, ever, ever, ever. And I've been here long enough to say that. We've never had that relationship. The doors is open to us at Governor State. We want to take our kids over there to go play basketball. Mr. Mayor, tell me, here's the time, Scott, you can come. You want to take our stuff over there to do some weightlifting or do some track or get on a new soccer field? Let's do it. Governor State wants to partner with us so bad. And it's time for us to just step our game up to the plate. So I put it out for conversation, and that's all I can do as your mayor, because I'm not ashamed to say what I do, because what I do is not who I am, it's what I like to do, because I like making a difference in people's lives. And I know I'm making a difference. You might not see it now, but I tell you I'm doing better than this ever done in this history. And let the record reflect it. And I ain't ashamed to say it. And I,
Mayor Rudette. So what are you recommending for each one of these?
the trustees from the clerk's office, I can see the clerk's office making about $35,000. I can see the trustees making about 25, and I can see the mayor doing about 45.
You said the clerk 30?
35, I can see the mayor doing 45. I can see the board of trustees between 20 and 25. I don't know,
You said the mayor what?
45?
45?
Yeah.
And you're saying the trustees, you said 20 to 25? And then the treasurer is on here too. What is?
Well, that'll be a discussion. It's up for discussion. You just do some things. The treasurer would get a bump up as well. I can say one thing about this treasurer, Mr. Ellis. Mr. Ellis, Johnny on the spot if you need something. Mr. Jim, Paul will come pulling up with him in a heartbeat. If you need Mr. Ellis, he'll come and do what he needs to get done to help this community out. Huh? And also, like I was saying, and the clerk should have insurance. So they took me off the insurance because they said I obtained it illegally. I ain't shaming on no game because I did not. Listen, Mrs. Morgan, Chief, I'm going to have her moved out this meeting because I have the ability to have disorderly conduct removed. I'm not going to tolerate it anymore with you. The badgering and the outburning. Yes. Yes. I'm sorry. This is the cow, but this is not the meeting where you holler out. You're going to stop embarrassing us. I don't mind having dialogue. You get public section. Let us do our dialogue. Once the public section is open, it's for us to have a business meeting for the people of University Park. Go ahead, trustee. I'm sorry.
He gave me the numbers.
Oh, okay. I thought you were still going.
No. So I just wanted some input on that and just to stir the conversation, because if you're going to do it, you're going to do it right. And I'm quite sure that people, I'm not fearful people saying and pointing the finger, well, the mayor pat in his pockets getting money. He already make, no, it's not. Because again, it's not about the politics. It's doing the right thing by everybody.
Mayor, may I be recognized?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you hear me? Can everybody hear me? Testing, okay. So, Mayor, statutory, what is the requirement or what is the rule? Well, you know what? I take that back. Let the attorney answer it, please.
So you have to do it with. And then it wouldn't take effect until after the next election.
So that's the time limit. Where would I find that? Where would I find that statute that says you can increase it?
Oh, I'll find that for you. Just give me a second.
I don't know if I did or not. Yeah, I think so. There's some comparables.
So I just wanted to point out, so I gathered this from South Suburban Mayors and Managers that does surveys, so that's where this came from. And this is outdated because and I will have an updated one because they are higher. But there's different compensation for every municipality. Everyone tailors it to what they want to do. Some people are afforded insurance. They don't have to have it. Like, for example, the trustees, everyone on the board here is afforded a village phone. Some towns don't have a village phone, some do. Dental, for some communities. So if the clerk, if the board so desires to approve insurance, it's just whatever you all would like. So that's it.
So you pay.
When you look, it's all over the place with numbers, extra IMRF. Are they the liquor commissioner? There's an extended amount for that. So there's a lot of different options.
Ma'am, I'll be recognized.
Trustee.
So I'll just give when I won in 2017 and came to the board, the raise was still applying to other board members, including the mayor. No, you were gone. I would just share this sentiment, and it came up several times during the 2 years that I sat on the board. And for those who know my partner, running partner, Curtis McMullen, I would say, well, for me, should I run again as trustee on a fourth term in 2029, I would not see it until 2029. But whoever runs in 2027 would get that raise. Just be prepared of the emotion that sometimes come out of that, because Curtis, and you know, there was no fear of the words that would come out of his mouth. He sat right there, and I heard him say several times, because I think by then the raise that went up, there were trustees, we're only receiving $12,000, but the other trustees were receiving at least couple way more than us. Was it 20? It was up there. I know one trustee, I want to say they were at 17. I don't want to misquote it, and I don't want to say who, but he had no qualms of screaming down from here down there and says, I'm not sitting in executive session no 2 hours. Remember, D? I'm not sitting in no executive session. Y'all get paid more than me. I only get $1,000 a month. Yes, he was upset because he didn't know that it was repealed. When he ran, he thought that we would receive the same compensation. But when it was repealed, it went back, and so the next election for mayor and I want to say clerk, everybody was equal across the board outside the compensations the mayor may get for the liquor commissioner. But I just want it to be known that understand, and which I don't have a problem, but those who come in 2027, I wouldn't be like, you make more than me, or, you know, but just understand some of your colleagues will be getting that raise, and I forgot if it was $1,000 a year or something. It was pretty big. It was a jump, and he was so angry.
Yeah, I want 3 to do it.
Right. So everybody was still getting, and I want to say the last salary for the mayor was 26, or it was up there, and a trustee was at 17 because it was a scale that they were going on.
Right.
It was by year.
It was by year.
So I'll just give this suggestion. You know, I know we do work hard, you know, and if this thought has come about, you know, we can also ask the residents if we want to put it on a referendum to ask, we have a raise? I'm just being honest. You know, I sat and seen it, in especially in Colo's session, where he started packing up and started walking out because he get paid this amount of dollars while you get paid this amount of dollars sitting next to me, and you're doing okay.
He was misled.
He was misled too.
He was misled. That's what it was.
Yeah. So yeah, he was angry. Go ahead, Gina.
I recall them giving the raise, and I remember clearly that you and McMullins didn't get it, but Wilson and Covington, others did receive it. And people were upset, and she, at that time we had Stuart Diamond, and she said it was airtight, she couldn't repeal it, because the audience was saying, well, repeal it. But she said it was sealed tight by Ansel and Glick, Stuart Diamond, and it could not be repealed. So at the end of her term, though, they did repeal it, and those people went back down to here. Right, and McMullins was very upset, and I sympathized with him. I understood where he felt because there was a lot of executive session, staying after hours. You all would be in here sometime to midnight, and he had to get up and go to work downtown for City of Chicago, County Clerk, Dorothy Brown. So I recall it very vividly, and it was not clear at that time how they did it, but Mr. Diamond was the attorney, and he was the one set the motion.
Mayor, I have one more question. So as I'm looking at this, this comparison for the different villages and cities, it seems like we are right in line with even some villages that are bigger than us. Some of the cities, like Country Club Hills, that's a city, right? So that's a difference to me. It's a city, so it's a job. It's a 9-to-5 job. Like Markham, they have aldermen, and that's a city, so it's their job. So our structure is a little bit different. So I'm trying to understand how we can justify $25,000 for a trustee when these other towns who are way bigger than us and they're getting less, like Hazel Crest on here. The top one, even though it was a few years back, it still was only $18,000. So I'm just for the sake of the discussion. So we're a small town, so how can we justify this?
Well, because first of all, as I stated earlier, my justification, this is for part-time people. Stop cheating the residents. We need to be full-time. It should be an obligation. You stand up here and take an oath, and I tell you one thing, when it's time for me to move on and do other things and I look at places to relocate, I wouldn't want nobody to make decisions on where I live at on a part-time basis, talking some crap. They go to their regular job and come back and go to these meetings and make a piece of stipend. That's not responsible government. That's not a form of responsible government. In my eyes, it's just my opinion. You know, it's okay if there's a disagreement, but see, I put in the time. And back to your question that you deflected to the Attorney Frazier, there is a requirement that you must work an X amount of hours per year, according to IMRF, to be qualifying for that. So,
Be qualified for your retirement, right?
For
pension.
the pension. And there's nowhere in the world that no board member that sits up here should not be entitled to add a little addition, if they don't have anything, to add a little additional to them. Come on, let's keep that stuff 100.
And just FYI, I sent everyone the statute, the citation and the language, so just don't reply. Oh,
Donna?
Sonia, I think-
And then we ain't gonna belabor on this, because I just want to get the opinion and get some numbers, because I'm gonna bring it back and see what the other discussion is, but time is of the essence. And
Manager Scott, you said that. Right, hold on.
point of order, madam. Public section hasn't arrived yet.
So, you said you would be able to have the updated information soon before the regular board meeting?
Yes, I will.
They could, right. Yeah, so it's
Say for
a difference, so
fiscal
I'd
years.
like to know what, based off of the updated numbers, then that'll be better for us to kind of review and make our decision on it, so. Because as of right now, everything, what we receive now, and that's for the mayor and the clerk and everybody else, is right in line with everybody else, even for the bigger communities, even for those that are even full-time without a village manager. We're right in line with what we have right now, so I would like to see the updated.
Yeah, because when we're looking at this, it's 2022, we're 4 years behind. So we need updated to see what is the latest in the comp area of all of us, because I understand McMullen's frustration, at the time, and the clerk, and it's not right. Nobody's living off a salary like that. Everybody in this room went to a job, got raises at a job, got insurance at a job. Am I not right? So we don't give it out. You know what I'm saying? Everybody plays a role. Everybody went to a job. This is a job that we all do collectively. So everyone should be entitled. The clerk, the mayor, you know, they had to get their insurance taken away. That's not an easy task. That's not right. But I understand how McMullen felt. I feel his pain from when it was back then in 2017. We in 2026. We talking about this economy trying to survive, you know? But yeah, Liz, if you can get us, village manager, if you can get us a 4-year up-to-date comp, you know, so we can have, a more discussion on where these salaries should fall. I think that's fair.
All right. So thanks. So we're gonna move
Mayor,
on.
how long we been at 12,000? Do you remember?
Since 2019. So when I got
because when I came, it was 12,000.
since then.
No, it was 12,000. But I mean, like, has it always been 1,000? Like, how long the trustees had their stipend? Like, I'm like going backwards.
You talking about 9 years? Oh, well, probably further than that.
No, it didn't. Yeah, it didn't
When you
change.
came in.
It didn't change. No, like in 2000.
Did it change? Oh,
It
back
was
then.
it was 12,000. Like, anybody remember, like, when it was 2002? Was it the same thing in 2002? That was what I'm trying to get. Like, are we still at the same? Was it 12,000 in 2005? Oh, okay.
Maybe
yeah.
we can have Chris go back and look at it.
Okay. Yeah.
Trustee, maybe we have Chris go back and look at it back then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Believe on that. We're gonna wait for the research and stuff. We'll table this and we'll move on to the next one. All right. Thanks for the good conversation, people. No, we're going to yeah. Yes, ma'am. Okay. Item 51C is a discussion of an agreement between the Village of University Park and South Suburban Humane Society. Manager Scott, you want to address this?
So, not to take away credit, one of my initial meetings with Chief Starks as well as the public safety director was the fact that we have animals, we need animal control. Previously, the company we were using, when the chief left, they were neighbors, so he severed the contract. So this agreement is with South Suburban Humane Society. They are agreeing for the same amount that the former animal control that we utilize. It's $250 for every animal that they take in. There's certain time holds for the animals. I think if it's a stray hold, it's 3 days. If it's a microchip dog, it's 7. After that, it becomes the property of South Suburban Humane Society, and they can do what they want with the animal. One thing I do like is that, unlike the other company that we use, they will provide crates and anything that we need, leashes, whatever, so that we can hold the animals. South Suburban Humane Society is not open 24/7, so it is our responsibility to keep the animals in the garage, which we have been doing, and we have crates and food and whatnot. So I got one in my house, so I might return her, but Kiki. So this is great. I know that this is something when I first got here has been an issue. Animal control to have in a municipality is extremely expensive. And just to give you an idea, you have to pay salaries, not only salaries, you have to pay employment benefits, and that's on average. We pay almost $20,000 per employee. You have to think about all of the liability that goes with it. Sometimes the insurance goes up, so this kind of cuts down on our part, and that's it. I don't know if anyone has any other questions.
I think that's good stuff. We got a place we can take the animals. Yeah.
So, I do have a question. So it says after the, charge an additional $50 per day once it's held over 3 days. So if it's held over 3 days, and we pay the $50 additional, what happens after that? Do we continue to pay the $50 as long as they keep it, or once the 5 days come, it becomes their property?
It becomes their property. And so they can make the decision to euthanize the dog. If they want to transfer it to like a foster, they completely, it's their property, so to speak.
So pretty much for the ones that are not microchipped, the 3 days, if they keep them all the way up until the 5 days, then we just paid an additional $100, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that would be the max. So $350 would be the max, and then they would be the ones responsible. They take
And they
possession.
take the dog, yeah.
And so for the 7-day one, the microchip, same thing if we was to keep, okay. So does this go for, so, we have a lot of strays here, so how does that work? So can people just drop them on off to the police station type stuff?
They can,
Dogs and cats?
Yeah, they can drop them off. We find them, we've been keeping them in the garage and trying to find homes for them, turning them in. But yeah, basically, and we're also responsible for the transport. So if an animal comes to us, for an example, and it's injured, we're responsible for the vet bills. If it's bleeding out or something, we're responsible for that. And then once they're open, we can provide transport to the animal there, and they take it from there.
Okay.
And they bill us.
And I don't think we have any type of ordinance set in place where if the dog's owner come and pick up the dog and we have already paid money into it, is that something that we're going to be compensated for, or do we need to create an ordinance for that?
Well, I didn't think that far, if we would charge the residents.
I mean, because
They may not want to come get their dog, but
but they have some that are microchipped dogs. The people want their dogs. We see it all the time on these sites, social sites, where they always looking for their cats and their dogs, right? So people will come and get them, but if we have to spend $350, $400, $350 to store them each time, I think it should be something in the book to say that the homeowner, that owner has to compensate the village back.
okay, we can look into that.
But we don't have anything right now in place, right?
No,
Okay.
and I've never heard of that, but we can look into it
yeah,
and see if
and-
there's another municipality that
That
does it.
might discourage them from even coming forward.
Yeah, but it also but it's causing the village to have to keep paying. So what if it's that particular
I get it,
animal that
but-
gets out all the time, right? So you got that homeowner is being
Yeah, we can put an ordinance in place
you know
that
what I'm
if
saying,
this
negligent to
continues to
say
happen.
that, okay, here we go again, this is so-and-so's dog that's been roaming the streets, and then, you know what I'm saying, so we're steady paying for the housing of that animal and not putting it onto the homeowners. It's always the homeowner's responsibility, that pet owner's responsibility to take care of their pet. So it should be just put off on the village to say, okay, if your dog is roaming around and we find it, to some extent, not to say maybe not to pay all of it, but to some extent, I feel that the owner should be have to pay something.
So would you not let them get their dog or a cat or whatever, unless they pay you, or would you just have that as
Well,
a
it'd be at
outstanding balance?
it'd be at the Humane Society, right? So it'd be there. They would have to pick it up from there, but then it'd still be a bill or something. I don't know. I just think it should be more conversation to say something should be in place. If we're going to be spending, it's a lot of animals that's roaming University Park, right? So if we keep saying we're going to pick up this one, this one, this one, this one, that bill can become very expensive just in general. So if it's homeowners out there that have their pets, it's their responsibility to take care of their pets. And if they are lost some type of way, the village should be compensated for something. Now, that's a discussion that we have to have on what that would be, but to me, I feel it should be
But you could also do that
just
for your
something.
local ordinances.
That's what I'm talking about, an ordinance, some type of
So-
As far as your local court violations, like ticketing them or
Right, ticketing, like I said, I don't know what's in place right now, so it could be a ticketing, it could be something, but to say we have to put it and go take it to the Humane Society, and the village is receiving a bill for your animal, especially if it's a continuous repeat person, then I feel that they should be compensating the village back for housing their pet.
Well, I understand that, but listen to this. There's no expense that we should spare when it comes to protecting our residents. If we got to take them stray dogs off the street and one of them rabbinic dogs out there
Right.
bite one of our
Exactly.
kids or do something like this because we bypass them up, I think that we should start. My personal opinion.
I didn't
think
say
we-
not take them, I'm saying still take them, but
Yeah.
if that owner comes to retrieve their animal.
We're gonna do it like you tow a car.
Huh?
Do it like you tow a car.
Yeah.
That what you're saying?
Same type of thing.
All right, I got you.
Same type of
All right,
thing.
so we good.
There's a lot of strays, all the strays, people don't want them.
Okay,
But the ones that
okay.
the people want and they come and pick up their animal, it should be something in place. Like you said, the same thing with a tow in the car. If we have to tow their car, then they
We'll
have
come
to
up with a
compensate.
mechanism. So y'all good with doing this though?
I'm
We're
good
gonna
with
move
doing
this
it, as
forward.
long as we
But-
have a
but-
combination of,
All right,
with an ordinance.
but also, even though this might be inappropriate or appropriate, but I think it's necessary. We see a lot of dogs in this community, right?
Yes.
But what worries me, first of all, they don't have tags, and I see little kids walking dogs that's too big for the little kids, and I don't know how we can control that. I seen a little girl that walks a pit bull that probably weighs 75 pounds, and she might weigh 45 pounds. That scares the crap out of me. If that dog get loose on somebody, have you seen the damage that a dog does when it's loose out there? So,
And that's all the more reason why they need to purchase the tags for the pet.
and we need to ensure, and we'll ease into our animal control. We got to do it. All right, y'all good? Let's keep on going.
Yes.
Yep.
All right.
We're
Item
fine.
5.1D, discussion of policy. Yes, ma'am. We're moving it. Yes, madam. And then we could tweak it, and like you said, we do it like a tow system. Item 5.1D, discussion of a policy for the Village of University Park scrap metal disposal. Manager Scott, would you like to elaborate, please?
So we don't have a village-wide scrap metal disposal policy, and some stuff came across my desk where I found out that some employees were taking scrap metal without my knowledge. I ended up finding out a few checks were left at the scrap metal place because I don't know, but because it was in the village's name. So those checks, I never knew that those checks were there until recently when Patrick Seamson, the public safety director, went over there to do an investigation. So after this incident where these gentlemen were trying to steal some of the defunct lawn equipment, I decided we do need to have a village-wide scrap metal policy, and it's more than just turning in the checks to me. There needs to be definitive provisions, and I think there should be a person that is designated to turn in the scrap metal, whether it's from Public Works or from the golf course. Also, we need to have documentation. There needs to be a ledger. I would request that the checks are not only Xeroxed, but also there's a slip that you get for scrap metal. It's almost like the shape of a ticket. And it is a ticket, and it has the weight, the amount, and all of that. So all of this stuff would be documented, and I also added in there it should be reported quarterly to myself as well as the board on all of the money. So I talked to Chris Mirabali about this, about how we do it moving forward, because we haven't been getting scrap metal checks. So I think I've had just 2 in the past couple months, the ones that we just picked up the other day that they combined, and one that we had from the former village manager, the former public works director before he left. So I'm just asking for the board approval. It is going to be in alignment with whatever existing CBAs are in place, also with the Illinois Code for governing disposal of public assets.
Mayor, I think the designee for something like this should be your Public Works Director, because I see as a village manager and one designee, and I think your DPW guy who, he's pretty much the keeper and maintainer of the village. So I think it would be good to add him inside the legislation, unless someone disagree. Yeah. He can handle all scrap and so forth. He know, your public works director is everywhere. He's at his own yard. He's at the golf course. He knows what's throughout the village where we can't scrap. So if we can add that, if we want to add that, you want to add that as a language, Ms. Scott? Yes, if we can add that as a language to this ordinance, to this resolution.
So, Trustee Brooks, you're saying that the village manager or the designee?
Yeah.
You want to put it where the village manager and the public works director?
Yeah, if we can add it like that, what's that, page 1? I see
Yeah.
they have the village manager
Page
or
1, it say village manager or their designee, so just say, so you
Yeah.
want to do it as the village manager and
the public works director.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'll add that also to the resolution.
Thank you.
I yield my time.
A discussion of an ordinance appointing an acting deputy clerk to sign documents within 48 hours of board actions. Questions?
So for the deputy clerk to sign within 48 hours, would the deputy clerk be in attendance at all the board meetings?
That'll be a requirement.
I'm just saying, because right now it's not, but I'm just saying, is that something that we are changing the language? Because I never saw any description of what the deputy clerk is supposed to do. But if they're going to be having to sign resolutions, ordinances, they have to be in attendance, but it also should be that they should be the ones that is taking the notes, the minutes. So whoever is taking the minutes should be the one that does the signing. Right?
Right.
Attorney Frazier?
So this is an acting deputy clerk. So then this person, that would be definitely up to you all if you want to make sure that that person is here, because that's part of the problem is the follow-up after the meetings. And so if you want to have one of the requirements be for this acting, and this isn't permanent, this is just until whenever. You could say you'll have an acting deputy clerk until you get, the clerk appoints the deputy clerk. This is just something to assist with your follow-up after the meetings, considering some of the stuff that we need to get done, like immediately after the meeting, so that it doesn't hold up like your contracts and other stuff. So if you want to have it in there where it says that person has to attend all board, the board meetings, that's definitely something you can include in that. And it's really just assisting to make sure that after the board meeting, whatever the clerk can't get to, or that she would have this active person that's, just helping her to stamp whatever or sign whatever. That's the purpose.
Right, but for ordinances and resolutions, it's just good to say that person should be here to be in attendance to know exactly, just like we just made the change, right? We just made that change. So we want to make sure that whoever the deputy clerk is in attendance, so they know that. So once they read over that contract and they say, oh, well, that addition was not changed, they won't sign it. So we don't want them just signing blanket resolutions and ordinances and they have no idea about what's going on. So I would say that they should be a part of the board meetings as well.
And I think that's reasonable.
That makes sense. That's why we're doing it. We want an acting deputy clerk.
Mayor, may I be
Right.
recognized?
That'd be in attendance.
When she's
You want to?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. No, I think that's reasonable, especially considering their limited role. So you definitely want to have them. I mean, that's the purpose of having them. So it's not unreasonable to say you have to be in attendance at all the special and the regular board meetings.
Right, because if they're going to attest to a contract or a resolution or ordinances, they should be aware of exactly in attendance, a part of the conversation, and know where the changes were made to make sure before they sign it that the change was made before they sign anything. So
Yeah, and that's something that can go into the ordinance.
Mayor, may I be recognized? So as a point of clarification, Attorney Frazier, I just want to make sure that we're saying this acting position will be temporary, because I do not want to go over the clerks. It's her choice to make her deputy clerk
The clerk has to.
selection. So this is temporary.
You could put in there until a clerk, the clerk appoints a deputy clerk. You could put in there for 3 months, you could put in there for 6 months, or you just, because it's acting, however you want to phrase it, but it is a temporary position. It's just something to kind of, get the ball rolling with some of the stuff that we need to get done. But yes, to answer your question, you're not usurping her ability to be able to appoint someone, because she still has that right to do that.
All right, thank you.
Be recognized.
Might need them here.
Okay.
Then the clerk, after you say, sir, and Sister Jenkins. Yes,
Yeah. I want to reiterate, I know last meeting we had repealed a deputy clerk position. And I emphasize on things that are written in black and white about the deputy clerk that was just removed. I just want to point the attention to page 2, and I know this is an ordinance. This is actually an ordinance, so if we're going to change something, listen, you have to repeal it. So I'm reading this correctly, that this is an ordinance, but as you look down, it says, whereas the village clerk, due to circumstances beyond her control, is sometime unable to execute a resolution, ordinance, or other documents promptly. And then the next line says, whereas the delay of the execution of the above document sometimes result in a delay of lost equipment business projects in the village. The reason why I read that is because just like what we had just did with her deputy clerk, now this is the clerk. And I think, and I thank you, Mayor, because I did say let's wait until she's here. And now she is here, and this is written, and I just want to make sure that now that she's here, and that when you have something like this is I'm just saying this is an ordinance. So this is on the books. That means that anybody and everybody, whether it's 5 years from now, 10 years from now, is written of what was wrong with the clerk that due to circumstances beyond her control. So I just want to say that I am going to yield, Mayor, but the language, this is me talking. I've always believed in being respectful when it comes to certain circumstances, when it comes to your colleagues. It's almost the same way if you're on the football field, there are still gentlemen coaches. You know that, Coach Rudez, that generation is gone. Everybody want to fight and argue now. There is no true clear handshakes on the football field. But this is our colleague up here, and she's our clerk, so I just want to point that out, that it's the same way with the failure when we had that the deputy clerk failed to do this, failed to do that, she's not capable. That is something in the resolution that's not going to go away. That's in the record now. So I hope everyone followed me on that one. But go ahead, Felicia.
No, I was going to address it, Trustee, because that I think it's just ordinance, and it's just me drafting ordinance as resolution. That can be a resolution authorizing the appointment of an acting deputy clerk. And like I said, if you want to make it for a period of X number of months or until the clerk, like that title,
Right.
it could be a resolution that would be authorizing that appointment
And I can
Under
understand that
whatever,
one, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I
So,
just,
yeah.
the only reason why I just, I just wanted to bring that point that it was an
No,
ordinance.
I
but-
appreciate, and that's a
Yeah.
good point. That's a good point.
Yeah, so, yeah, so then in saying that resolution, but I still, the clerk is now here, and she can, I'm sure she'll explain, due to her circumstance beyond her control, why this may be necessary, or should, I yield my time, Mayor, but if the clerk wants to yield to my time asking that question, she can.
Go ahead, Madam Clerk.
Thank you. When I saw this, I did have some questions about an acting deputy clerk to sign documents within 48 hours after passage. My first question is, what if the clerk is not in possession of the documents within 48 hours after passage? The clerk, receives documents in PDF format. She does not have a converter, nor should she have to convert official documents. An acting deputy clerk, is this a full-time position? And who would prepare these documents for this acting deputy clerk to sign? In reading this, I didn't see a lot of thought that went into this ordinance. And it seems to be something to usurp the authority of the village clerk in this community. There was no conversation with me. This is not the first time this has been on an agenda. More than 2 years ago, we went round and round and round on the same thing. My other question is, would this acting deputy clerk be signing her name or his name or my name? I think these are questions that I should know. And what happens when the mayor is not available within 48 hours after passage of documents, or he is...
Well, so far, so good. I've been good.
And what happens when documents are prepared by the clerk, given to the mayor, who loses the folder? Come on, let's be real. This has happened on more than one occasion. So I think I've asked you about 2 folders that I never got back. But we're not going, I'm just asking questions since this is the first time I've seen this. And everybody on this board, most people who know me, believe me when I say there are 3 C's that if you use them in your personal life, in your professional life, makes it easier. And the 3 C's are communication, collaboration, and compromise. Why is it your village clerk, who has been elected 6 consecutive 4-year terms, never end on a conversation about her office. The last deputy clerk that was appointed according to our statute, our ordinance and state statute, I must say was probably the best deputy clerk a clerk could ever have.
That's what you said about Cecilia.
That was her. At that time, she was. Okay? And before that, I said it about Kelly Kidd. If you want to, we can back up. Before that, I said it about Susan Fratello. Okay, so let's not sit here and nitpick. Let's be real. This is a personal attack on your clerk for things that she, number one, all of her support staff was taken away from her. No secretary, no deputy clerk, no assistant to do anything. Believe it or not, the clerk, like every other elected official on this board, it's not a full-time position. And I've heard people on this board say, I don't see how she does it. But when she has no help, none, and who recently and for quite some time have been going through some medical challenges that I have shared with this board, with this mayor. At the last meeting, the deputy clerk, who this manager, this mayor had said before she was appointed, when we spent over 2 hours debating why she should not be the deputy clerk that I chose. But when she was unanimously approved, every member of this board voted for her. However, the mayor abstained. But everybody wanted to go out and take pictures with this young lady. I think if it wasn't so ridiculous, it would be a travesty. I think it's time we looked at what is, give the clerk what she needs. The mayor has an executive liaison. The village manager has an executive assistant. Every department basically has a secretary or some clerical support. However, your village clerk has none.
I hear you, Madam Clerk, but listen.
No, let me finish.
All right, okay, let you finish.
And again, I say, no communications with this clerk. How can somebody who don't know what goes on, what the needs are of a clerk's office, say, we're going to appoint this person? And I'm asking again, is this going to be a full-time person? Who will they report to? Certainly not the clerk, if they're being appointed by somebody else. I just want this board to just think about it before you decide to take away, like last board meeting, to castrate the character of my then deputy clerk was outrageous. But the resolution itself accused her of not doing stuff that she had been told she could not do, clerk's work on her 9-to-5 job. So let's be real. Okay.
Okay.
I yield my time.
All right,
I would like
thank
an
you.
answer.
But I just got to say some things, because we wouldn't be in the situation where Trustee Lewis is acting deputy clerk for over 10 meetings this year.
It changed to 10.
Well, it's more than it should be, because it's more than it should be. And people just don't know. We just came out of a session, but I won't disclose anything in that session. We wouldn't even have this conversation if things were being done. I've got documents with developers who've been authorized and approved by the board since September of 2025. I have solar projects. I have Mylars. I have over 15 documents that I just need signed. I asked you to come in and sign even on Monday, and you said that you would, but you know, you
I
didn't get.
told you I could not come in until Wednesday.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. So I don't remember. But the whole thing, Madam Clerk, it's about efficiency. We lose too much money being sued because FOIAs go unanswered out the clerk's office. If you want to keep it 100, let's keep it 100. What I'm saying is factual, but my lips can lie, your lips can lie.
That's
but
not what this
but
is
no, but I'm saying,
this
but this
is not about
I didn't cut you
FOIAs.
off. I didn't interrupt you.
It's not about FOIAs.
I know, but what I'm saying, when you say things that nature, we don't want to give the misinformation to the people. We want to keep it real. No one is trying to undergird you or do anything. We're trying to be more efficient. Now, if there's a problem with being more efficient, I don't know what else to do. The taxpayers of this community deserve the opportunity to have efficient, effective, empowering government in hand. And all we're asking for is the documents to be signed. We wouldn't have had to remove the deputy clerk. And the challenge with her being the deputy clerk, let's keep it one. Trustee Brooks was a main advocate when Mrs. Kelly was there, because there's a bargaining member, union member, that's on the clock doing one thing, and during her 9 to 5 hours, ask me 38, 37, Council 31 says, these are your functions and these are your duties. So there can't be a commingling of those things that has gone on for so and so long. So that's why I abstained, because I really didn't think it was a good fit, but I understand the needs. Everything happens to be so personal here. It ain't about that. It's about doing the business.
So who is it you want?
It's nobody that I want. It's a board decision. We just want to be effective. We just want to get the job done. We just want to do the work.
Communication.
And I talk to you all the time.
Bullshit.
Oh, go ahead.
You have not talked to me about this nor the two items.
Well, Madam Clerk,
on the last agenda.
listen, I've spoken with you on several times, but instead of speaking with you, I just wind back the tape and look at the stack of documents. It speaks for itself.
What documents?
It speaks for itself. We're not going to go back and forth, but the whole thing is about just putting someone in place on the interim, making sure that we can be efficient. Even got our colleagues over here saying that we ought to digitize. Our ordinance haven't been codified since 2015. Let's get this stuff right. Look on the village website. Let's go. We just want to be more efficient. I'm not asking, not trying to undergird you, not trying to undercut you. We're trying to be more efficient, because we shouldn't have to be paying $50,000 on an annual basis because of lawsuits of FOIA. And some people charge us $1,000. Well, that's what I'm saying. We just need to be, we need to be full-time, because we're playing with people and we're giving them a false perception that is not accurate. Manager Scott, and let's get up out of here. I got my wedding anniversary. I'm looking forward to my 40th anniversary.
Hold on.
What are you doing?
I just want to say, there are residents that have, excuse me, there are residents that have asked, what is the clerk's hours in our FOIA of many things, and I haven't gotten it. There are people asking, you got a resident sitting right here saying she never got her FOIA's answers for years. Miss Millie.
For years.
Years. Yeah, she has said that many times at the mic. She has not got her FOIA's answered. And then, but what I'm saying is residents are complaining. We just want to help. Jewel and I had a suggestion about digitization. We want to digitalize where it helps the clerk, it helps certain people, it helps us be efficient if we digitalize all our information, and then people can come and get it. It helps the clerk. Yes, we're saying that. We're saying that, Miss Millie. That's what we're saying. Madam
The
Clerk,
problem.
okay, so 8 times, I shouldn't be the deputy clerk if I'm a trustee doing legislation. Let's be clear. let's be clear. I should not be taking the minutes. That should not be my job when neither one of them show up. Let's be transparent, right? We asking for transparent. When they don't show up, what do? Should we cancel the meeting and then you all in the audience be mad because we don't have a deputy clerk or clerk? Talk about it. Let's open up the windows. Let out the air. What I'm saying is we're trying to get her some help. But when if neither one of them are here, should we say, okay, audience, residents, the meeting is done because we don't have a clerk or a deputy clerk? What should we say? I'm just asking. Somebody tell me something. I mean,
No.
you know, we gotta have, we're gonna get her some help. We want help, and just in case, like she said, she's had medical issues. Who replaces her at that time to do the work? To come here and do our work and sign documents. We have documents, everybody know. It's 2, 3, 4 years go back. The attorney has stated we have documents that have not been signed. I can't sign them. That is true. Okay, I'm not gonna go back and forth. Let's get some help. Someone who's qualified to do the job as a deputy clerk. I understand what you're saying. That's what we're talking about.
Manager Scott, let trustee, and then we'll go to Manager Scott, and let's finish this up. And we got trustees down there. I'm sorry, ladies, I'm sorry. All right. Got ladies on the left, ladies on the right.
Aren't you lucky?
That's what I say.
You want me to start, Mayor? Mine is short.
Go ahead.
So what I want to say is, until the clerk picks her deputy clerk, I want to make sure this language that we have on here is crystal clear that it's temporary.
I'm good with that.
Because we
Everybody's
cannot.
in agreement with that.
Nope, it's not here. I said I want the
But
language.
that's what we can tweak it.
Tweak it however you want, because it's not in it.
Go.
It's not
I'm sorry.
in any way an attempt to say.
I know.
Say it's not in any way an
I just
attempt
want to
to
make
do-
sure
right.
that in the language, that is crystal clear, that this is for a short time period.
And that's why I say you could even put a time period. You could put a time period. You could put until the clerk appoints her a deputy clerk. You know, that's
Right.
absolutely
So I
something you
just
could
want
put
to,
in
that's
there.
all I really
Yeah.
want to make sure that that is crystal clear in this document.
Go ahead, trustee Ford.
So with this acting deputy clerk, I feel that it should be also included that before a deputy clerk signs any type of resolution or ordinances, it has to go through the clerk.
Last result. That's fine, it's a last result.
The clerk has to be aware of anything that is being signed because she is the one she knows the different rules about the resolutions and ordinances. So before anything, a deputy clerk signs anything, the clerk should be aware of it and gave her sign off for approval.
And that makes sense, and that's fine. But in the past, we have had problems, and we shouldn't dance around them or sugarcoat and make like it didn't happen. The conversation that me and Karen, Trustee Lewis, had with the past deputy clerk when we were agreeing to make her the clerk, we wanted to make sure it was crystal clear that there was a separation of duties. We had a past clerk, deputy clerk, that was doing FOIAs and things on company time and then doing her regular work overtime, which when she left here, $110,000. It ain't even on the union scale. So we're gonna keep it real. We were not gonna have a repeat performance. So some of y'all sit there and act like it didn't happen. Oh, it happened. It happened. And that's all we want to make clear. Your deputy clerk duties, sitting here when she's not here, and doing that work, not on company time. That's the way a union contract reads. You're not going to get paid for doing something that's not union and thinking you're going to get overtime. It does not work that way. I was a rep for too long, and we're not going to change the game. So that's all we want to make sure of. Not when you're not doing union work.
Trustee Donner Gates, I got you.
Morgan, please.
Ma'am, okay.
You don't even know, because you ain't never worked, whatever.
No, she got away.
Manager
That's
Scott.
the way we wanted it done. And we wanted to make sure the person was here. I didn't have a problem with the person we picked. Will you please mind your beeswax? Fuck. No. Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, I just wanted to also, she was still talking, go ahead.
I was still
Go
talking
ahead.
till I was rudely interrupted, but I was making it clear we did want a deputy clerk. We do want her to get her help. We just want to make sure people understood their line of duties. That's at any job. You have to spell it out so they understand proper protocol. And it was not always being followed with the previous person. So we're trying to make sure that new person understood crystal clear what she was supposed to do. Now, it's unfortunate that there were times she couldn't make the meeting, and this young lady was gracious enough to fill in. Everybody over there was laughing, oh yeah, let Karen, let her do the work, okay? We're gonna make a Karen out of her. But she wasn't getting paid to do that, but she was nice enough to fill in for it. So whoever she gets, I just want them to understand what the lines of duty are and that they do it. Because like Village Manager Scott has sent us emails and showed us documents and things that have just been wavering, never getting signed, nothing getting done. No one responds to that though. We just ignore, oh, well, you know. But it should not be that way. Those documents are supposed to be signed. We want to make sure. We got people that count every dollar and cent. Well, count the dollars and cents when the documents are not getting signed in a timely fashion. Let's make sure everything in this village is done accurate and correct, and not just try to sweep over things. That's all I have to say.
You got something, Sonia? Manager Scott, Manager Scott.
So in running the day-to-day operations, I do have a few requests and things that I've observed, and I just wanted to state it so the board's aware. We have a lot more economic development that's been going on. So we will get a lot of attorneys that will send us FOIA requests. They'll send us addresses. They want to know, are there any incumbences, or if there's any citations. Those come in quite frequently. So there's a lot more FOIAs that take place. I do recommend highly that we have a full-time FOIA person, a full-time deputy clerk. I also see it being problematic in transparency with the former deputy clerk. Sometimes things weren't getting done, and she was telling me that she couldn't do it and was just saying, I can't, the clerk didn't give me permission. I'm respectfully asking, if we wait for someone to give permission to the deputy clerk, I'm afraid we're going to end up in the same situation. However, I do think that the person should sign their name and not the clerk, so there's no confusion. I also think that there should be a mandatory ledger that when anyone is answering FOIAs, we keep track of it so that everybody knows, including the clerk, what's going on, and she should be told every single FOIA. She should be kept in the loop. This isn't a person, in my mind, we're not stripping away things from the clerk. I think that we have to empower her with a person that is full-time, that can really help her and equip her, not someone who has other jobs, someone who can give their undivided attention to the clerk's office. And that would be a full-time person. I think there should be a ledger kept so that we know, because there have been incidences recently where, for example, a FOIA is forwarded. Typically, the clerk will forward the FOIA to the fire chief or whoever and say, answer the FOIA and CC me. That's problematic sometimes, because if I'm not on the FOIA, I'm not sure if it's answered. And now I've been tasked with trying to keep up with some of the FOIAs informally. And the clerk does get help at times, because in all honesty, I did this board packet. I came in on Saturday. I quietly do this. I've done this many times when there were times that the clerk wasn't able and beyond her control. This isn't attacking her. I've tried to help. And so to say that there has been no help kind of slights me, because I've been tasked to answer a lot of FOIAs. I come in on Saturdays to do board packets. I pull the information because I'm just trying to avoid conflict. And I don't have to do this. I'm not hired to do board packets, but I do it because this board meeting wouldn't have happened if I hadn't did this board packet, because there was information that previously wasn't given to the board, and it's transparency. The board should get information. They should get it in a timely manner, and I just am trying to run the office more efficiently. This isn't a slight on the clerk. She has been the master clerk here in this community for 6 decades. I'm definitely not taking away from her. I give her all of her props for being in this environment for as long as she has and doing her job. At this point, I just think she needs help. I do think it should be a full-time person. I think we should keep a ledger, and I think it is a good idea to get up with the other municipalities that have it digitized. And I will say this, I did make an error. I was held at the stake about the improper way that I appointed somebody. I'm going to tell you now, the ordinance wasn't updated in the Muni Code. So when you hold me accountable, make sure that I'm given the tools to succeed. So if laws are not in Muni Code, how do you discipline me and say that I did something improper? And in my full transparency, if I thought I was doing something nefarious, I sent an email to the board announcing that I hired this person. So I'm saying that to say we all need help and tools to succeed, and we're all like parts of a body. And we all have different organs. Nobody's more important than the other. We all have to rely on each other to succeed for the community. So I look at this as a win for the clerk's office. It's a win for us because we don't have to come up here. We don't have to be bothered with litigation. Things are going to run smoother, and that's all I have to say.
So, another thing, so will the clerk, will this deputy clerk, because right now the stipend is for $2,000. You're saying that you're looking for a full-time deputy clerk. So for a full-time deputy clerk, can that also be the clerk's secretary? Because that's what she's asking for, is the secretary. So if it's going to be the deputy clerk a full-time, then it should be the clerk's secretary as well.
I agree.
The secretary is working with.
And that's why I think I encourage that to be a full-time position. And right now, just so you all know, the ordinances and resolutions are being performed by the attorneys.
So, and that's why you would, if you're going to make it a full-time position, then you would want to give her some additional duties because you have her in this role in a limited capacity. So that way you could, you know, even though this resolution would be for the acting deputy clerk, if you're hiring her, him, whomever, it would also, you probably would want to make them the secretary so that they...
I mean, I think, I'm sorry for interrupting, but part-time is, because the clerk is part-time. So to me, the secretary, deputy clerk, secretary/acting deputy clerk can be done in a part-time position because all she's doing is stuff for the clerk, right? So it's not like that she'll be providing additional services for the village. It's just the services that the clerk is needing.
But in the secretary's office, if they're a secretary, it sounds like she's saying she needs...
Right, that's what she said, right. I don't know if she's full-time or part-time. I don't know.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm a secretary.
All right, Trustee Jenkins-Bear, she was on waiting next after the manager.
So if secretary, that would be her secretary, the deputy clerk.
Yep. All right, Trustee Jenkins.
My concern is if the clerk is going to be actively involved with the picking of the choosing of this deputy clerk, because she has to work with this person. And see, the problem that I'm also having tonight is this clerk has been here for many, many, many years. And this clerk has been here for many, many, many years. She has been the integrity of this village when we had none. And to sit here and to dress her down was just listen. I didn't like it, number one. Number two is called privacy and respect, because we've all done things And she knows the things that we've done, the things that we didn't know. She's helped us from, I can't speak for you, but I can speak for myself. She's been here a long time. She's respected throughout the state of Illinois. Another community would have never done this, ever. I get that we need what we need. I get it. I know we need it. It's something that is needed, and it's not something that we can sugarcoat, walk around because we're being sued. We need this.
Mm-hmm. We do.
But we also have to maintain respect when we're doing things. This is what I see. Now, my thing is this. I want Ms. D a part of the Clerk D. Jones, a part of the process of picking the deputy clerk. And I don't want her power reduced while she's doing it. She's been here a long time, and she's counseled all of us on this board, every last one of us. And that's the honest God truth. So my thing is that we have to also maintain our integrity when we're doing things. And when we're doing things, especially with our longest sitting elected official up here. She's seen us through the good, the bad, and the indifferent for many years. And we've made a lot of mistakes. And she tells us to shut up when it's time for us not to get, so we won't be in trouble. This is what has been going on for years. She corrects us all, and she'll call me in a heartbeat and say, don't say that again, because this is what can happen. We owe her the respect that she deserves for all the years of service that she's put in place. And so I say to Ms. D, you need the help. We're going to assure that you get the help. And if it's part-time, full-time, I don't know what you need, but it needs to be done so we can keep the village moving forward. But we have to do it with a level of dignity and respect at all times. Thank you.
And let me say this. There's no disrespect to Dee. None, no disrespect to her. We're talking about the process. That's all we were trying to make clear. Not anything thrown at her. Making sure that whatever person she gets, that they understand the protocol. That's all. We appreciate her. We understand her. We know that she's gone through a lot. We just want to make sure the right person is in place. Thank you.
All right, thank you. We'll finish with that item. Now, is there a public comment list? Lucky you. Safe travels, Felicia. All right, thank you. Mary Trust, please.
I'm not kissing nobody's ass. It's about what I've done.
Mic is not on? Oh, it's on now. Oh. That guy over there, my husband said, come on, Mary, get us out of here. But listen here. And I can be here and say this because I've listened to you guys all night and I've paid my taxes. So, I'm here because I'm from the Community Block Club. And what we do at the Community Block Club is try to make things good and nice for our community. Now, like Ms. D, I was here before Ms. D, but I've been here a long, long time. And you're right about that. And we did have a clerk that was the best. You okay? I understand all that. You all may be Johnny-come-lately, but I'm not. But so I want to keep you up to date. Now, what we did We didn't have the kind of publications that we wanted, but we ran into the library and we were put on the Jumbotron, and I visited every school in this community. And they thought what we were trying to establish for Children's Day, they all thought it was a great thing. And we got all kind of support. I had friends who were downtown, drove all the way out here, said, no, we wanted to support you all. Now, our audits were up to date, so we went out and got us a grant. And after we got the grant, we were able to feed and ice cream to 109 children and adults. And they all said, you need to do it again. We thought this was one of the greatest things you could come up with. It's called Children's Day, not Kids' Day, because they're not billy goats. Children's Day. We gave out awards there. It was a fantastic time. And for those of you who were not there, you missed it. These children had a large menu to choose from because guess what? School was out for the summer. Now there's a record, there's a song that is written about school is out for the summer. And we gave some awards for that for people who had improved their grades and really stood up for everything. But I want to tell you, the people here just want you to respect them here in University Park. Now, I tell you, I've been here for a long, long time. There's nobody, I don't see anybody on this board right now that's been here longer than me. I heard you. I heard you.
Is that it?
That's why I can talk like this.
Thank you,
now,
Ms.
let's
Truss.
give Ms. D some recognition and respect, because I knew her before she came. Okay? And the position. Now, I don't want to take y'all on, because I'm too old for this.
All right, your 3-minute mark had gone already, Miss Mary.
I beg your pardon?
Your 3-minute mark has gone already.
Yeah, I wrote my check for a little bit more for the taxes so I could talk a little longer.
Yeah, but I got to stick to the rules. Everybody has to be fair.
Yeah, I know. But we have a special dispensation for older people. Okay, so I'm going to let you go because my husband will be on my case because he's ready to go.
All right.
Right? But it was great. And like I say, the library trustees she put it on the Jumbotron and the people just loved it.
Miss Millie?
He wants to escort me. Where are we going?
I was going to escort you to your husband. I ain't going to have that man be.
No, he's not going to bother you. He's very calm. Okay, good night, people, because I'm going home.
Miss Millie?
I'm going to be cool, I think. You, Ms. Scott, is fired. You need to go. G-O.
Miss.
That's what you, No, you say what you want to say.
I'm not going to have derogatory language of you attacking any member.
I said she needs to go. I am talking.
We're not going to have it.
This is my time to talk.
My apologies.
And you're not going to stop me from talking.
You're not going to castrate anybody that sits up on this board. Simple as that. Simple as that. Too bad for you. Make this your last one.
You have no idea. You have no idea how to be a village manager. This village looks like crap. There is large, friendly bags of garbage all over the place. There is so much foliage and overgrowth all over the place.
Thank you so much. Your 3 minutes has expired. Thank you. Thank you, Mrs. Morgan. Keith, Deborah Stroud. Deborah J. Stroud. She liked them young, strong officers. They ain't playing, though.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you. Good evening. Tonight's dialogue, I've heard the words respect, keeping it real, being accurate, being correct, being transparent. I have some statements. First off, I want to give kudos to the Block Club. Girl, I'm sorry. I want to give kudos to the Block Club. They're doing some fantastic things in the community. Ms. Scott, kudos for your diligence, but safety is always first. Bear that in mind, okay? The micro pantry outside, that is very vital. I was a part of the installation of the micro pantry back when it was located at the police department. It serves a very vital purpose to residents of this community. I have come myself, put items in it, cleaned it, took out expired. I don't mind doing that. Nobody has to pay me. It's not going to be done every week. I'd be lying to say that. But I will periodically, I'm more than welcome, I'll check it. But I want to see it look inviting. Okay? A person may be in need, but they don't have to look at that like it looks now. Now that school is out, I don't know the effectiveness of the speed bumps on Black Hawk, but I know they would be so effective if they were located on Amherst at the cul-de-sac where people are under the impression that it's NASCAR. Okay? I don't want somebody coming through my front window. I really don't. So if those a speed bump can be located on Amherst at the cul-de-sac right off of Sampson, I would be so appreciative. Let's see, the micro, okay. Okay, increase. Quick question, just for my clarification. In regards to the conversation about the compensation of the elected officials, there was a comment about the possibility of IMRF, perhaps. Did I get that right from what I was hearing? Okay. And these are stipend payments that have been received by the elected officials, not a salary, a stipend. That there's discussion on increasing the stipend. All right. It's been so much dialogue tonight. I was just writing, so forgive me. I think I'm saying everything. Mayor, forgive me. As a part-time mayor, what was the time frame that you had received the insurance?
Got elected, but unfortunately, time has expired, and I gotta stick to the rules for everybody.
Everybody went past their time.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did. Come on.
And I appreciate all your good comments about the food.
I got a police escort.
Yes, you
AG, can you do the speed bump?
Keith Griffin.
He took notes, and they both took notes on the speed bumps.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great evening.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
and happy Father's Day.
Thank you.
Pardon?
Thanks for the food pantry support, because you're right. People need it more than we realize it.
Yes, sir. I work with the food bank. You'd be surprised how many people are in need. Uh-oh.
No problem. Good evening. I'd like to know, will we get someone to help us with that water supplement package, because that's, yeah, it's more than a lot. A number of them questions could be answered 2 or 3 different ways. So, I mean, okay, I'm grateful that the attorney did what he did. I'm not complaining about that. I just hate they didn't have them to condense it and make it more user-friendly for the people of the village. Like they asking us to give them our water bill. Why should we have to give them our water bill? They got the water bill. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. So I hate that part, that they didn't make it more water-friendly. And I want to address something to the other trustees. I understand. Okay, you filed a restraining order or a court order with the clerk of Will County. My question to you is, what are you going to do for the kids of the University Park? Like I said, I didn't vote for the ordinance. I didn't vote for the passage of that, but it's in place now. And I'm wondering, what are you all going to do for these kids for the summer? It's being held up in court. What are you going to do for these kids that you held this thing held up in court? Y'all had it held up. What are you doing for these kids? It's summertime now. So something needs to be done about it. One young lady worked at the Baseball Association. She took some money. What are you going to do with that money? Are you going to use that for the village of the kids? Are you going to use that to help our kids for the summer? So what are you all doing for the kids for the summer?
Ex officio, I respect that. So if that's the last public comment, there's something I must say. I must say this, is that we've knocked on the door and we've asked the attorneys to come out and set up workshops in 90 Town Center. We're waiting on a response because I understand I need help. You may need help. No one wants to make a mistake, and I would say that I wouldn't dare attempt to try to fill out anybody else's claim for them and mess up their claim. So we're going to get to the public as soon as possible. The time is ticking. All the crap on the other side, this is what's important, making sure that every resident in this community has the ability, has the knowledge, and has knowledge of them getting an opportunity to collect their claim. So we're waiting to hear a response from Mr. Zimmerman and Mr. Odelson as far as coming to have a workshop, because it is a need. So it hasn't fallen on deaf ears, ex officio Griffin, not at all, because that's been the need. The Village Hall is saturated each and every day with calls about that. So again, I'm going to give this number again in case some people did not get it the first time. If you have any questions regarding your claim, you may call 1-877-268-2976. Again, it's calling for questions regarding your aqua claim forms. You can call 877-268-2976 or visit www.universityparkwatchersettlement.com. Again, www.universityparkwatchersettlement.com is the website. Please, each one tell one. This should be a collaboration of every single individual in this community to inform someone to get this kind of compensation. Flint, Michigan hasn't gotten paid yet, and they were way before us. We might not have got everything that we want, but there's an opportunity for somebody to bring some closure to some things. So again, that's it from me. God bless. Happy Father's Day. I almost want to give my doggone toast. Happy anniversary, Linda. See you when I see you. Thank you, Brooks. All in favor? Opposed? None. Trustee Brooks made the motion.